Hello and good afternoon from your Co-op Community Stadium. I'm Shaun Cashmore. Next to me this afternoon is Craig Barnes, and you join us as Leamington take on Lynn Town on match day 41 of this National League North campaign. Coming into this, Leamington suffered defeat on the road on Tuesday night as Billy Heath's Alfreton Town once again seemed to get the rub of the green to better the breaks and pick up all 3 points from the encounter. There were 4 changes to the 11 which started the win over South Shields the Saturday prior. Jaya Madrano, Jack Edwards, Antlin and Will Shurrock all stepping in, replacing Josh Quainer, who picked up an injury in the late stages against South Shields, Matt Richards, Tim Berridge and Owen Farmer. The Breaks will feel it has so far been a strong and successful season back in the National League North, but they are hunting down those final couple of points that would put the gloss on the campaign and keep them and this Leamington Football Club in the National League North. Today's opposition, Lynn Town, come to your Co-op Community Stadium, occupying the final playoff spot as they strive themselves to return back to the National League. With 6 games to go, just 9 points cover 5th place Chorley all the way down to 11th place Darlington, and so the Linnets will understandably be coming to Warwickshire this afternoon with nothing less than a win on their minds. Warburton, who's just inverted off the opposite flank for the time being, just comes across to play a little 1-2 with Crow. Warburton now switches it out to the centre-backs again. Coulson further out towards the left-hand side, and the number 15 of Wilson. And now it'll be high up into the air, and Edwards will just head it down to no one in particular, and now it'll be collected by a Linnet shirt. Big switch of players on. Crow's going to collect it. It's a great delivery into his path, and now he's going to try and get an early crossing. He does, into a great area, evades on Mateo, and Shorrock had to put it behind for a corner. Really good switch of play by Lynn out to this right-hand side, over the top of Owen Farmer. Really well collected by Dylan Crow again, and then he's whipped a delicious ball into the 18-yard box. Mateo couldn't quite get his head on it, and Shorrock couldn't take any chances. Landers takes the corner short, quickly into Richards, back to Landers. Can he get his crossing? Yes, he can, towards a good area, headed away by the Linnets. Richards has a go! Deflected behind. I think it may have come off a Linnets defender who just managed to get a knee to it. Jones was at full stretch. It was a really good strike by Richards, but in the end, it's been put behind for another corner to Leamington.
And the fans to my right thought that was going to hit the back of the net. You know, you might have heard a bit of a cheer. But I think it just took a bit of a nick on the way through, which stopped it from potentially going in.
Evans will back himself up and hurl it in towards the near post, and there Landers flicks it on. Great flick on header, headed out of trouble, headed only as far as Edwards, who scoops one towards goal, and then it doesn't quite settle for Farmer. It was a little bit scrappy and scrambled, and in the end Lynn clear it quickly up the pitch. Welcome back to your Co-op Community Stadium. Myself, Shaun Cashmore and Craig Barnes are here with you for the second half, and we're about to get underway. We're just waiting for the go-ahead from the referee this afternoon, Robert Clausen, and he gives it, and it's sent deep in towards the Leamington half for George Ward to head away. Straight into the path of Omateo, though, and Omateo is going to have a snapshot down low that goes well wide of Callum Hawkins' right-hand post, and Callum Hawkins just asks for a bit of calm, because straight away Lynn started the second half with a bit between their teeth, Craig.
Well, that was very interesting, because Lynn in the FA Trophy, you might remember, Shaun, conceded within 13 seconds of their own kick-off, and that time they nearly scored within the opening 10 seconds or so of their own kick-off. So very much well-rehearsed drill, that looked like to me. It was taken quickly. Golden Mateo very, very nearly got a shot away on target.
Crow on the right-hand side for Lynn. Down the line he goes into the path of Omateo, who picks it up brilliantly and gets away from Madrano. Omateo drops inside, drops a shoulder, lays it infield in towards Crane. Crane couldn't find his feet. It will lay out towards Taylor, who's going to scoop one towards goal, but that's well over the top. But again, Omateo just showing that he can trap the ball well and really hurt that back line of Leamington. Berridge collects the ball from the edge of the area in towards Farmer, who has a drive off the post. I think it may have got a touch from Jones. It was a really good flick header by Edwards right into the path of Farmer, and Farmer's first time effort either come off the post or had a little bit of a touch from the Lynn Town goalkeeper, but either way it stayed out.
Well, it didn't look a true strike, did it? It came off his boot slightly strangely, and en route I think it was Jones who just got a little nick to it, and it cannoned off the post, kind of came back, not directly alongside the line, but away it went from from danger.
Corner that will be taken by Josh Wami. signed in the summer for Kings Lynn from Southport. He swings it in towards the far post, and then the header comes in, and it's just over the top of the crossbar. 3 or 4 Kings Lynn Town players just hold their head in their hands. I think it was the captain, Josh Coulson, who came arriving in at a rate of knots, and he just couldn't quite get his header on target.
That's right, he was up early, tried to do all he could, use all his experience as well, but yeah, just couldn't direct it downwards, and it went over the crossbar.
Down the line, in towards Golden Mateo. Ward just now bounced up at him awkwardly, Ward, and now it's going to be fended back in by Taylor. Clark in front of Ward heads away. Williams jumps for it, Ward jumps for it, they all jump for it. No one can bring it down. Landers is going to try and clear away. That's blocked by Mateo. Shorrock eventually just hooks it away. It was a little bit of pinball inside the Leamington penalty area, and in the end, all danger was averted. Wilson in towards the number 30 of Cody Johnson. They work it out towards the right-hand side again. Owen Farmer does really well just to try and hold things up, and then Kwame snaps into the challenge and comes out on top with the ball. Kwame has company down that right-hand side with Crow. Crow gets his ball into a good area. They let it fall towards Mateo. Driven goalwards and into the back of the net! Kings Lynn Town have come here and they've done a job in Leamington in the final stages, and that may just keep their playoff hopes alive. It came down inside the penalty area. Mateo just laid it down and it was curled in towards the back of the net. Callum Hawkins could get nowhere near it, and Kings Lynn Town are in jubilant scenes to our left-hand side. They've picked up a goal in stoppage time, and that may, as I say, keep their playoff hopes alive for this season. Leamington 0, Kings Lynn Town 1.
And it's proper end of season style celebrations on the Kings Lynn bench as well. The players, the coaches all went onto the pitch as well. That's how much it meant to them. They know that they're holding the final playoff place. They are battling away, trying to keep hold of it. And Leamington just couldn't clear it. I think Paul Holloran will be disappointed with how that goal actually went in as it did. Just, we were stretched at the back, couldn't get any blocks onto it. And in it went past Callum Hawkins, who was desperately trying to do his best as well. But yeah, Kings Lynn take the lead late on.
Evans with the long throw over on the far side. Everyone forward for Leamington, bar Hawkins and Shurrock. In towards the near post. Seemed to be hauled down, was it? Madrano then hauled down as well. Everyone on the Leamington bench appealing for 1, let alone 2 penalties. The first one on Clark looked dubious. I couldn't quite see the second. Leamington work it back into a good area. Lynn tries to bring it down inside the 18-yard box. Kings Lynn head away. Can they try and fashion a counter-attack? No, because Adam Walker there is there to hold up Kwame on the far side. Does really well, and then he's brought down by Rob Evans, who just got his challenge wrong, retreating. And Leamington are furious. They certainly feel that there was a rough challenge inside the penalty area, and wow, for his remonstrations and for the foul, Rob Evans has picked up a yellow card. There's only about 30 seconds left here. Leamington fans still in good voice to our right-hand side. Now Madrano just tries to chest it down, but the Kings Lynn fans, the Kings Lynn players, the Kings Lynn coaching staff all celebrate to our left-hand side. It's a big, big win for Kings Lynn Town in their push to make sure they solidify a playoff spot. But Leamington, they tried to do everything they could today to steal a point, but in the end, this game that was fairly evenly matched was a real war of attrition, was a game that was won by probably the wind, but in actual fact, it's been won by Kings Lynn Town, courtesy of a Finley Barnes goal in stoppage time. It's finished here at Yukart Community Stadium. Leamington 0, Kings Lynn Town 1.
Paul, probably a really hard one to take there, to almost looking at the end of the game as a draw, but to come away with actually no points. Kings Lynn scoring in the last minute of extra time. Thoughts on today's game?
Yeah, it was tough. I just looked at me sort of watching. I thought, 91-2. And to be fair, Kings Lynn had sort of probably the last 15 minutes of the game. They were really trying, really pushing. They'd made positive subs, which we tried to as well. To be fair, and just in that moment, we've just got a bit ragged, probably on the left-hand side, and then and it's a good finish from the boy. But I just looked at my watch and thought, it's our 20th game in 7 weeks, and we've gone toe-to-toe again with another good side, and there wasn't a lot of quality in the game, there's no doubt about that. Difficult conditions again. We probably had the best moments in the game, that bit of when we managed to get the ball into Tim's feet and set Owen, and hits the inside of a round post and comes out. But yeah, of course, it's always disappointing to sort of concede that late in the game. Listen, we played them 3 times, and we came out. That was another difficult day. We came out on top in that one. They've come out today, so listen, fair. They're a good bunch. But, you wish them well. The 2 boys, Adam and Sam, and the players, are some good lads. So, yeah, I think I said it when we played them in difficult conditions last time. I said, look, I thought both sets of players probably deserve something out of the game, and we edged that one. I think the same again. I think both players have had a good go today, and both sets of players probably deserve something out of the game, but they've edged it. So that's where we are. We're really, like you say, you can see that there's a few players missing again today. The schedule has been, really, really tough. Tuesday night didn't help. But I thought we acquitted ourselves really well today again. 1 or 2 players come back in. Young Jai's come in again, and Shoz has gone to right back. But it just cuts your options down then when you want to try and maybe do something up the pitch in wide areas, because your options to change things in wide areas are playing at fullbacks. So it was just a bit of a stretch there, I thought, really. I thought the start of the second half we were just edgy, getting on top, but fair play to them, they counteracted it, and they got on top then, which, I thought that moment when we hit the post and we were just on the ascendancy then, I thought we might kick on, but no. Elements of us, I thought I could see us running out of legs a little bit, because when we were clearing our lines we were deep, and you're thinking, come on, but you can, you look at George Ward, and you look at Rob and some of the other boys, they play so much football, and they didn't. You could see that the legs were zapped, and you just thought we were just going to get over the line, but we didn't. So listen, we've had a few moments like that this year. We scored late and got the points, but this it wasn't to be today. But it was very hard to me to be critical of the group, because it's Tuesday's not been tough. We've gone down to the odd goal, but I thought we were better today. But again, it was the game just lacked quality all over, which didn't suit both sides, I don't think.
You mentioned about Tuesday night. We did see Dan Meredith come off on Tuesday. Obviously, Josh Quain is still picked up his knock in the last home game. Where are we at with those two? And they're
they're both obviously both sort of. Dan's obviously got the stitches, which will come out this week. Quain's wasn't quite right. Being not 100% honest, if we had to go and try and win that game to stay in the league or whatever, I think you might have put a bandage round Dan's head, and you might have put a strap in round at Quain's, but we're not. And there's some players that have been here all season, have done all right for us, and we're just trying to not take risks we don't need to take, but still try to be competitive. So I was pleased today with the fact that lads coming in full-back areas. Matty Richards getting another start. Jack came back in today. Joe Clark come back in today. Henry's led the team. And I thought, like you say, we've done all right. We've done all right today. We've done all right, and for not sometimes for the quality of the game, but for lots of different reasons, we probably did deserve something out of the game, but it wasn't to be. And but like you say, hopefully Dan and Quain's, that should be hopefully Dan will be back in training this week. Josh has done some strengthening work this weekend. He's got a programme, so he'll be back in training after this. So they'll both be available next Saturday, hopefully. So that will help.
Just to end on a positive note, Leamington are staying up this season. Many had us going straight back down at the start of the season. How happy are you of the lads to have done really well this season, almost break that points tally as well with a few games to go?
Yeah, and I think we want to keep trying to pick up. I said it last week in my interview. We want to keep doing it, but listen, we've when you think that with a month to go, we're in this position. You've only got to look at the clubs below us who are still looking over the shoulder and whatever. The lads have been phenomenal, because it's a small squad, it's a small group. We've been stretched. We've asked a lot of players to play a lot of games. We haven't got the luxuries of teams below us, let alone teams above us. So it's been a real huge effort by everybody on the pitch and everybody off the pitch, and I think it's what Leamington's all about. So that real spirit, togetherness, the work ethic around the place, the will. It's been in abundance this year. Lots of players have come into this league for the first time this year, and they've done okay. They've done all right. And when we have come up short, it's been a 93rd minute winner against us, or the odd goal, wonder goal here or there. It's been it's one goal here, one. I can only remember one game when I've stood there and thought, God, probably that Chester first half. Other than that, we've been very competitive against anybody. So there's a lot to take from that. And I've been around too long to get upset about that moment at the end. That happens in football. We look at the bigger picture and think, you know, we put a few square pegs in round holes today. We brought 1 or 2 people have come back into the site, and we've done all right. We've done all right, and the performance wasn't a million miles away when you take everything into consideration. And another day, our one that hits the inside of it goes in. It's a different game, but as I said, the 3 games, it's probably about right. We edged one, they've edged one, and we drew. So, and that's against a big football club with full time. So we're doing all right. And as I said, I really do. The chairman here, Stephen, and the 2 young guys running this club, they're good people. So we wish them nothing but the best.